Okay, let's say we want to change a table once we have it created. And right here, I've described that country capital table we've been working with. Now, anytime I want to change the table structure, so if I change the data, I change it using the update command. If I change the table structure, I do it with the alter table command. So I want to alter table country underscore capital. And then I want to add a column. So I'm going to add the column GPS. Let me do it in capitals, make it stand out a little bit. I'm going to add the GPS coordinates of the city. So I'm going to do, let's say, variable character, and I'm going to do 50 as my length. So it's going to be a variable character field, and I'm going to allow that to be 50 characters long. And I execute, and it says it worked successfully. So now let's describe table, or describe, and then just put the table name, country underscore capital. When I execute, we'll now see GPS coordinates there. Now that I have that, I can add, Now that I have that, I can go ahead and add data into that. And I would do that by using the update. So I am going to update table, not update table. I'm going to update, table name, country underscore capital. And I'm going to set GPS equals, and then I'm going to find some GPS coordinates. I'm actually looking for some GPS coordinates on the web. Here we go. Let's find some GPS coordinates. I'm going to copy and paste those to that. So there is my GPS coordinates. I'm going to take out these double quotes. Actually, you know what? This is going to get really interesting with all of my single quotes and double quotes. So I'm just going to change this. I'm going to do 38 degrees, 50 minutes. I'm going to remove all of those. And there are my GPS coordinates. And these are the GPS coordinates, by the way, for Washington, D.C. But that's okay. We're just going to do it. We're going to illustrate why you should use a where clause. I'm going to hit execute. And it says, my data is too long. I'll just do the latitude. And execute. And now it says we affected 232 rows. That's because we didn't use a where clause. That's okay. We didn't specify it to Washington, D.C. But let's do a select asterisk from country underscore capital. And I just want to view all of it. And now we'll see we've added the latitude in for every single one of them. Now, let's say, I'm going to go back to my describe. Describe country underscore capital. And when we tried to do the full longitude and latitude and longitude, there we go, that wasn't enough room. So I want to alter the table, and I want to make that a little bit bigger. So I am going to alter table, and I want to alter my country underscore capital table. And this time what I want to do is I want to change the length of that particular column. So I want to modify GPS, GPS, and I want to change that to variable character, and I want to do 100 this time instead of just 50. So I'm going to execute that, and then let me do a describe country underscore capital. And now we'll see that's been changed from 50 to 100. And so now I can add longer GPS coordinates in there. All right, so I've added I've added a column. I have put a data in that column, then I've modified that column. So hopefully you're seeing how we can work with this a little bit. Now, one of the drawbacks to this is that when I add a new column, let me do another one. I'm going to alter table country underscore capital. And I'm going to add a new column. And what should we add this time? Let's add the mayor. So I'm going to add the mayor. We're going to do a variable character field of 40 for the mayor's name. And I execute it. Okay, now one of the drawbacks, and this is why you don't want to alter these things too much, is I now have, you select asterisk from country underscore capital. I now have this column where I've got a whole bunch of null data. Now that's not a huge thing. It's best not to have that. If you try to add it without allowing nulls, then it becomes a little more of a problem. But ideally, I don't want to make a lot of changes to my database once I get my design done. Now notice the keyword there was ideally, because sooner or later you're probably going to have to make some changes. And so here you can see how. And sometimes those changes are as simple as, oh my gosh, I didn't plan on enough room. So I did 50 instead of 100. I thought I could get away with 50, but if people are typing the whole latitude and longitude, I need 100. Sometimes it's as easy as that. Sometimes it's I need to add columns. Sometimes I need to drop columns. So to do that, it's alter table country underscore capital, and I want to drop the column mayor and execute. Okay, and here I discover that I needed to be able to spell the word column correctly. Execute. All right, and it looks like it worked. Let's describe country underscore capital. And now we should see that we have dropped that column. Now you want to be careful because you can drop something that has data in it, and if you do, you obviously drop all of that data as well. So what I see some people do sometimes is rather than dropping the data or the column directly, one of the things that they will do is they'll create another table and they'll basically create a backup of it. So let me create country underscore capital underscore back for backup. And then they'll copy everything over, and then they've got a backup of it just in case, because when you drop it, it's gone for good unless you restore from backup, either a temporary table backup or from a backup device. Now, let's say I want to drop the table entirely. Then all we do is just drop table country underscore capital, and that will drop it immediately. And remember, by the way, there is no undo here because we'd gone back and we talked about this in a previous video and we're auto committing transactions. If I wanted my undo, remember I could turn that off, I could make my changes, verify it, and then commit if I wanted to. Okay, there we go. That's how we will alter the structure of a table in MySQL.